that car. He's selling it. He's an idiot. Uh-oh. That's not what you want.
Is it face down?
Nah, face up. That westerly's up. More than what I thought it was going to be. So, I don't know how today's going to go. Here's Mr. College boy. Show us that do, mate. That is spectacular.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I love the bolt.
Do you pay for that?
Yeah. I love the bolt.
I actually reckon it looks good. I can't talk. Look at this mop. Whose idea was this? we got a bit of wind against tide here, so she's standing up, Robbo, and not even halfway to the bar yet. This will be great. Woo! We have come through the South Passage Bar. We're actually sitting in the middle of the South Passage Bar right here. There is absolutely zero swell. It's a heavy westerly wind. It looks beautiful here right now where we are, but once we get a couple of kilometres out, once we get a couple of kilometres out, it's going to be crap. We've come out today to try and do a few things. There's no current, so I don't hold high hopes for the fishing out here, the Savo, so just see what happens. No run, no fun, and that never speaks true. That's dead set, bang on, no run, no fun. There's zero current out here on the Wave Rider boy. It gives you a live reading. So we've come out. We're planning to put the drone down at a few spots. I've always wanted to put it down at, see if we can see some big fish, live bait grounds, all sorts of stuff like that, because there's no current. We are going to have a fish, but a lot of it's going to be having a look and showing you guys what we fish, what it looks like on the sounder, and then we're going to chase some big fish, but I don't know about this current. So we could head out further. The problem is there in Brisbane, well, off Cape Morton and Straddie and the Gold Coast, the main reefs run north to south. Now today we got no current, we got a heavy westerly wind, so that's going to blow you from west to east. You go over that ledge just quickly and then you're done. If you can get a nice bit of current with not much wind, or a north or south wind, you can hear it there blowing, you can drift the whole way along that ledge and pick fish up the whole way. So it makes a massive difference having that right drift line. So we're not going to go out wide. It'll be atrocious out there. This video might have a little bit of wind noise in it and stuff like that. I'll try and do what I can, but yeah. Anyway, we're going to punch out a little bit, try and get some live bait, get prepped. There's that wind. And then we're going to have a drop and just see what we can come up with. There's no real plans today. It's weird. Hey boys, there's 20 knots of wind up off Cape Morton, which is about, 40 k's north, and down the Gold Coast, 40 odd k's that way, it's like 2-3 knots all day. So in the middle here, I was sort of hoping for about 10 knots, but it's blown probably 15 now, and as you can see, we're not far out from the island at all. Yeah, anyway, you never know. Could turn out to be a great video, could turn out to be a complete fizzer. We post it all, so, it's not always a win. Anyway, all right, head down south towards Point Lookout. So that's what you're looking for with bait. Nice big school like that. Someone dropped down straight after them. Yep. These are the little lollipops we're after. Just little scad. Perfect size. Rightio, the liveys are pretty hard to come by today. We got about eight slimy, 8 yellowtail scad. That's enough for a bit of a play around. I'm just a bit worried about how choppy it is out there on spot lock or whatever. Sometimes when it's really rough, the motor pops out, makes it very hard to fish. So we go have a look down here a little bit, see if we can pick a few more liveys up, and then we'll head out for a fish, brave it for a little bit, see how it goes. Yep. So what we have here is a nice big school of bait with what looks like to be one predatory fish on it. We have another fish behind the rock here and more bait over the top of him. Yet again, more fish come into the sonar. Now this third fish here is your typical mowong or slaty brim feedback. Always a big dark blob, very similar to red emperor. And over this great looking little rock is a nice show of medium sized snapper. And then back up to where we started again, on the main rock, and as you can see, it's littered with bait. So we've got all the ingredients for a great session here, except for this fella. The man in the grey suit is never far away on a bait-filled reef with numerous predatory fish like this. We've seen there, we've found bait, we've found big fish. Doesn't seem to be a lot of big fish there, but they move around. So if you're seeing one or two, it's worth it. Stop there, that's where you go. Find the bait, find a few fish, and you're in for a really good chance. So now, anchoring. Your best friend is your electric motor, and I think we're going to have a really pain in the ass time here for the electric motor because it's popping up so high. I've got a pretty flared bow on my boat. I've got a 72-inch Minn Kota, and sometimes when it's really rough, it does pop out and it makes it a pain. So anyway, I'm going to go and get on spot where I think there is some fish, and we're going to have a drop. This is how windy it is, so it's apologise for the wind, but I've got this fella standing right in the way of the camera to try and block it from some wind. So anyway, coming over more fish just here now, so definitely have a drop here. Looks all right. See how we go. Alrighty, so I'll show you really quickly how I hook up the baits for them. It's pretty simple. So we got the yellowtail scad that we had earlier. Alrighty, I got a set of PE tackle big guns in the size 8, and I've got swivels in between all of them. So that helps the bait run freer. Very important, have a swivel off the top for twisting and movement, and it can't get caught on any eyelets or anything like that, right? So what you want to do is measure where you want your last hook to go, and you want to come out with your top hook through the nose. So this one's going to go through here, and you just want to pin the top with each hook. 1, 2, and your top one. Go straight through his nose. Alrighty. Now you don't want him to be able to swim very well, so what I do, to get my shears, I cut his, give him a bit of a haircut.
Give him a bowl cut.
I cut the top of his tail off like that. Alrighty, so he's not going to swim very well, and I'll send him down. We'll hope for the best, see how we go. I'm going to hook that livey out the back, a little bit of weight on him to keep him down near the bottom. Got me trusty bait runner. That's it. Sit and wait. Oh, so I got a couple of good hits already. Been here about 5 minutes. Hopefully we can get a snapper up, show you is a good one. Get some big yellow sweet lip, spangled emperor here as well, around this area. Just a certain spot, it's a whole area. Boys are having to stand up the front and stop the motor from popping out. What's happening? So yeah, anyway, keep you posted. This is a hard thing about doing fishing content. You don't always catch fish, you can waste a whole day, go out and catch nothing, and sort of, especially around Brisbane. Brisbane's a very hard place to fish sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to check my livey after that, mate. Bit windy, eh?
Yes, so.
Dropped a good fish on Bordeaux's line before. It happened so quickly. He hooked up to a decent one. Because they're sitting up the front, I had to run over and grab his rod, but oh no. So I'm having a really hard time trying to sit on spot lock. It's a very difficult place to anchor here with the traditional anchor, so like the spot lock, but two boys sitting up the front. That Minn Kota is still popping out, free spins and loads up when it hits the water and blows the circuit breaker. It's done it like 3 times now, so it's really making it hard. It's fishing, doesn't always work out. You never know. Just hooked up to an absolute beast of fish, mate. Now the Minn Kota's blown again. Not our day. It's not our day. The conditions are woeful. Yeah. Oh well. Minn Kota blew at the same time again. It's just making it impossible. Auto's on. Oh. Does it feel sharky or not?
Nah, don't feel sharky.
Oh yeah, he looks alright, mate. Alrighty. Oh no, yeah, it's bango. Ah, big Bowie. What have you got there, mate?
Not the target species.
Not the target species, that's for sure. You're not a snapper. Well, nonetheless, mate, it's a big fish and it's a bit of fun, eh?
Yeah, that's it.
Righto, send it. Oh my god. We're going to call it. We just pulled anchor before and we tried to pull back up and stay tight to the anchor so it was above and below us, but pulled anchor straight away. Sun's set now and yeah, we can't hold anchor. Cody's standing in front of the camera still to try and block the wind noise. Anyway, that was a bit of a disaster, so we might try and salvage this with another trip, do exactly the same thing, same spot with a bit better weather. So we'll see you out here when it's a bit more fishable. Good morning, guys. It's a couple of days after the last episode there, and we were out chasing snapper in that westerly, just coming through the leads here in Redland Bay, so I've got to watch where I'm going. It's very early, it's about 4:30 in the morning, it's very dark, it's very cold, and I'm doing a solo trip offshore today, so the weather's meant to be primo. There's a nice little bit of current, exactly what I was explaining the other day, so let's see the difference in the other day as opposed to today. We are a little bit after the moon, which isn't ideal, but anyway, we'll still go have a crack. What's up here? Alrighty, I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to hook it out to the bar, 26k run, and then we're going to start fishing straight away. The sun should be coming up by then, so we'll see you out at the bar. We're in the bar now. It's a bit choppy in here, caused by the incoming tide. We've also got a big rain squall out there to my north, so can't see too much, but not great at the moment. Alrighty guys, so we're through the bar now. It's still really too dark for these little cameras. So we're going to start really shallow. And Westerly's pumping in at the moment. There's a big rain squall just to my north. I'm about to get smashed by. It's probably about 12 or 13 knots of wind, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'll ride it out here for a bit, and yeah, I'll report back soon. Won't be long, that sun will be up, this rain will pass, and we should be good to go, hopefully. Alright guys, I have no idea if you can see me properly, but I'm going to show you exactly what I'm fishing with. I've got a little tiny P-sinker, hopefully you can see that. Double gangs of the PE tackle, BFG 8Os, and a pilly. That's it, simple. Halfway back through him, straight through the guts. That's it. Waiting for this rain to go. Tell you what, could be in luck here. Oh, Westerly's starting to push that rain out to sea. Just as I say that, I feel a spit on my face. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Alright.
Getting wet there?
That's my old man in the background. Got a little fish here, not big, but it's something at least.
Copy me, mate.
Little 40 centimetre fish there. He's tiny. But I tell you what, they are the best eating out of a lot of them. So he'll go whole on the barbie. I come out to chase some big ones today, but stop in here, get a feed. I'm going to release the big fish, so keep some of these little ones. Sorry about the rain on the screen. All right. It's a little bit better than the other one. Still a little fella, but it's a good way to start the day. More rain on the screen. Multitasking. Beautiful. He's a better one. He's a little bit bigger. Around that 45 centimetres. Perfect size, so he's coming home. Well, didn't really order this rain. Try it this way. Keep his out of the rain a bit. Glad I got me jacket. Sales pitch. They will be online now. So 100% waterproof, 45 degree cuffs, inner lining, waterproof pocket on the inside for your phone for safety. They're good. Whoop. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whee. Oop. Yep. Oh. Ooh. Oh. These little squy, eh? Super head banging. Sort of run a light drag, or just, if they're only caught just in the lips, they, doesn't want to give up. God, they're fun. Oh shit. Beautiful. He's not a bad one actually. Alright, I've got 3 now. I got a 4th one, but I chucked him back. If I get a 60 or something out there, that'd be a nice size to take home. But any of the real big fellas, they'll be going back to swim today. As you can see, it's still raining. I've got the camera faced away from the rain because it's just coming, but looks like it'll be stopping soon. Bit of a pain. As soon as I turn the camera around to film me fish, there's drops all over the screen. That'd be so annoying to watch, but anyway. Alright, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to head deep. I'm going to chase some liveys now and see how I go. It's blowing westerly about 15 knots again. Oh, hang on. Oh, yep. There's one. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Not going anywhere yet. I'm going to leave his be a big shovel nose. She's definitely not a snapper. I'll come back to you. Well, that's going to do. I'm going to head outside now, head out wider. Just thought I'd give a little shout out. Michael O'Hara. He makes these little prawn imitation flies with a single hook. So what I do is I whacked a PE tackle 2.0 Reef Master on the back and snooted it up. That's what I got 2 of the fish out of. So anyway, thanks mate. The free spinning of the prop coming out, then hitting the water again as it comes in, loads up that circuit breaker, boom, blows it. But there's fish here, all through here. See what we get, see what happens. All right, we've got the lines out. I can't whinge about current today because we got plenty. It's either not enough or too much. Anyway, we'll see how we go. That Minn Kota's working flat out, so I'm just waiting for it to cut out on me. Anyway, let's try keep positive. Keep positive today. All right, there's a lot of current ripping through here. As soon as this wind dies off a bit more, I'm going to head out wide. Might come in here as it sort of glasses off a little bit later. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it leaves me enough time to fish here again. Picked one of these guys up at the live bait grounds. It's a little herring. Hands down my favourite bait for snapper. Toss up between these and slimy mackerel. Alright. Just looked up and my rod's absolutely buckled. I've turned the motor to get away. Whoa. This is a good fish. Now I'm in trouble. Bloody Minn Kota's stopped on me. Ah! Oh, we're in all sorts here. All sorts. Oh. It's a good fish, really good fish. Look at that fish on the sounder behind it. Ah! Bloody big Moong. Kidding me? Ah! That's about as bad as thinking you've got a big red and you pull up a Chinaman. Ah! Alright, I've regrouped, I've reset, I've re-anchored, and yeah, it's no good when this keeps happening and you're going over your mark and, you know, making a bit of noise and stuff like that. Anyway, it's just still too windy to head out wide. I've got a mate that's out wide, reckons it's crap, nothing's biting yet, so just gonna hang in here. Gonna wait till that wind drops, and then I'll head out to probably about 60-65 meters deep and start fishing there. My braid sawed through my other rod, so I lost my whole rig and got a mowie. You bloody beauty. guys, what I might show you here while I'm waiting for another fish to come is the knot I do now. I know everyone likes the FG and whatever, and yeah, it's got its place. It's really good for rods with small eyelets, casting a lot of lures and popping. But for bottom bashing, what I do, I find this is by far the quickest and easiest and most reliable knot. It's called the double uni. Right, you got your two lines, your braid and your mono. Right, you lap them over each other like that. You make a loop with your mono. Then you go around your braid and your mono 5 times. You grab your tag end, pull it, and you're left with a little blood knot sort of thing there. Then you go down to your braid end where it's doubled over. You make a loop again. Go around that 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull that tag end tight. Then you're left with another blood knot and 2 bits of line. Main and braid, and then braid. Lube up those 2 and pull it tight so those 2 knots meet together. And that is a strong knot that will not let you down. It takes 2 seconds to do, so hopefully you could see that okay, and hopefully you could hear me properly in the wind. But anyway, it's a double uni. Calling it quits there. I pulled the Minn Kota in, packed all the stuff away. I'm going to head a bit wider. That wind's starting to lose its puff now. Probably about 8 knots. Just having a little lunch. How good are roll-ups? And I'm going to head out to about 60 metres. Sink a couple of these liveys, some pilchards inside the squid. We all know what that's called. I won't say it. Oh, how good's apple blackcurrant? This is what it's like trying to be a bloody fishing, camping, cooking sort of content creator out of Brisbane. It can be really, really tough fishing sometimes. And I've seen that the last 2 trips so far. Anyway, keep on going. So this is what I'm fishing with out here. California squid. Nice big pillies. I'm gonna put the pilly straight inside the squid like that. PE Tackle BFGs, 8.0s again. They got a lot of girth on them, and they get through these 2 baits nicely. So you want to measure exactly the length through the body, again through the squid, through the pilly, out the other side. Last one up through the top there, and you've got yourself primo snapper bait. Alrighty. Got a 4.0. We're not moving too fast here, so. Bombs away. What I usually do, it's hard to do this and talk at the same time, but I'll count in seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm in 55 metres of water. I'm coming over it already, so I've got to go up a little bit further next time, but I'll count till I get to about 30, and then I'll stop, I'll flick my bait runner over, and I'll just feed my bait runner out. Feed it, feed it, feed it out, because those snapper will see it above 20 metres easy. I've had snapper come up so high behind the boat in 60 metres, like 20 metres behind the boat before, so they know where it is. good fish showing up just there on the sounder, so they're down quite low. It's going to be one of those days. Went straight through that, not a bite. Okie dokie, well, that's not working, so I'm going to do something I don't usually do. I'm going to whack this bad boy down. It's a Nomad Max, I think it is, dives up to 80 meters, vibe, so first time she's been wet. Well, it sinks quickly, which is good. Hit the ground there, no worries. 5 or 6 pumps off the bottom. Drop back down. Surely. Right. Match the hatch. Oh, match the hatch. There we go. Got a yakka. Not ideal with 3 gangs in him. 2 would be better, but it is what it is. These little fellas would make up 90% of the bait that is down there at the moment. So that little yakka there, or scad, whatever you want to call them, I'll explain to you exactly why liveys are so good. That little fella makes up about 90% of the bait that would be down there. You know, there'd be other stuff as well, but mainly yakkas. Now bait, as you've seen underwater, they work as one to evade predators and fish, and once there's a big bait ball, it's really hard for a predator to actually get them. But as soon as one of them goes out of that ball, he's gone. So when you get a livey with a hook or bait through him, he stands out like anything to those fish. So coming through that bait, all, you know, swimming and not being able to swim properly, he won't last long if he goes past a fish. Even if it's a reaction bite, or they're hungry, who knows. So if this doesn't work, I'm at a bit of a loss actually, because I've picked up fish on the sounder everywhere I've went and nothing's biting, so there's not much you can do about that. Anyway, we're coming up on this shortly. I'm going to try and pluck away at a couple of other species now, see if anything's biting. Not going to waste any time on the bigger snapper, not for a little while yet anyway. It's still joggly out here. Old Mr. Weatherman said it was 0 to 5 knots all day. Hasn't got under sort of 13. Did drop for a tiny bit there, now it's blowing again. Oh, that's not what you want to see. Big shark on the screen again. Pull this up before he comes and attacks me. Next drop, back to bait. It's 11 o'clock now. Very, very tough fishing. There's too much current to put the drone down. Too much wind to put the drone up. So in and out of gear here in reverse. Got a 10 ball sinker in 50 meters. And yeah, can't hold the bottom for more than sort of 10 seconds. So just sitting on the throttle. All right, well, ooh, hooked a good fish here. You wouldn't read about it. Oh, you. Oh my God. Fa la 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 la. That's just a kick in the cods, that is. What even is that? Oh no, he was a good fish. I'd say it was a big pearly or a decent snapper. He was head banging like a snapper, but you get some good pearlies around here. Okay guys, well I'm back where I started now. Back in pretty shallow again, sitting in 30 meters. So I've tried something different. So generally in the bay, if you find structure, you don't fish too close to it. You fish away from it, or else you get little peckers all the time. The big fish graze around. This spot here, I find usually the snapper and bigger fish will hold close to the structure. There wasn't much showing this morning, only a couple of fish, and last time actually, so I had a bit of a scout around this area just before and picked up some fish out on the sand around it. So I'm just gonna have a, I'm just trying something totally different now. I'm well away from the structure. I'm wondering if all the fish are out grazing around or something like that. I have no idea, but I picked up fish away from it. I've anchored close to them. Look, can't hurt. I've got half an hour and I've got a hightail at home. So let's see how it goes. I'm not going to bore you with any more of the waiting with no fish. If I catch one, you'll see it. If I don't, I don't know. I'm going to sit here and enjoy the beautiful lunch that Sarah made me. Oh my God, I just got smashed. Right, good fish. Is it the right kind? Oh, this is a good fish, really good one. Just finished my lunch. Just want to get a look at this fish. Oh yeah. What, I have a feeling it'd be one of these stinky buggers. Oh. Righto. So this is called a Spangled Emperor, or yellow sweetlip, or a thong. Actually a beautiful looking fish. They go extremely hard and their flesh is probably the whitest flesh I've ever seen of any fish, but for some reason they don't taste that good. Some people like them, some don't, but that's a big spangled. That's a really big spangled. Anyway, that's all she wrote for me. I gotta go pick up the little ones. Unfortunately, I'm out of time. Anyway, I was hoping that was a snapper, but it wasn't. Neither was the Mowong. Anyway guys, thank you, and I'll let this fella go. If you enjoyed this episode and are keen to see more, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, and check us out on Facebook and Instagram.